everyone, my name is Crystal. Good afternoon. I'm here in my flat by myself in Rochester. Happy New Year's Day. I'm going to keep carrying on how many and however many trolls, whatnots, whatever they are intent on trying to destroy me. I will carry on as much as I possibly can. It does affect your mental health. You don't want to read their messages, you don't want them, but you read it. So you read their name, you read the message, and that's what it's meant for. It's too late, you've read it, it's upset you. It doesn't matter what people say, block them, delete it. You've still read it, right? And it hurts, and it's horrible. And they do it when you've lost a loved one, when it's your birthday, when it's Christmas, New Year, because it gives them a kick. I suppose it's like a drug, upsetting people. It makes them feel good. And however you try not to react to it, some of it's downright disgusting, evil, vile, and there's not a thing you can do about it because they hide behind fake profiles because A, they're ugly themselves, and B, they're a coward. They wouldn't want someone to, "Oh, you said that, did you?" They wouldn't want everyone to know what they said. Well, do they? They don't want that. So good afternoon, everybody. It's a cold New Year's Day here in Rochester, and it's very windy and it's wet outside. It's rainy. I didn't go anywhere yesterday. I didn't watch any fireworks because I let stupid trolls get to me. No, Kent Police, I'm not interested in you. That's just come up on my tablet. You're about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 12:46 p.m.
It's 12:46 p.m. on New Year's Day. Metro. Mystery of old couple found dead. Mystery of elderly couple found dead at seaside home on New Year's Eve by Sam Corbishley. An elderly couple were found dead at their seaside home on New Year's Eve, sparking a police investigation into the very sad incident. The man and woman, both aged in their 70s, were discovered at their £800,000 detached house in Lilliput, a suburb close to Poole Harbour in Dorset, yesterday morning. Officers and paramedics rushed to the property, but the pair were declared dead there soon after. Dorset police have begun an investigation to establish the circumstances behind the deaths. The next of kin have been informed, as well as the Dorset coroner. That's come up on my tablet this morning. People wonder why you stay inside and you keep yourself to yourself. Right. Man fights for his life after New Year's Day machete fight in Oxford Street by Brooke Davis. A man has been left seriously injured after a machete fight broke out on Oxford Street in the early hours of New Year's Day. Two men were caught fighting with the weapons at around 3 a.m, with one man suffering a catastrophic bleed in the altercation. Oxford Street was thrown into lockdown and Bond Street station was also forced to close New Year's revellers. A witness at the scene said it was terrifying. People were screaming and running. A fight involving machetes. You wonder why I wasn't going to come home on the train yesterday evening in the dark by myself. That's one of the reasons why London is dangerous. Mum dies. A new mum, 21, dies after a van crashed into her by a machete-wielding driver. A young mum has been killed in a hit and run with a van just weeks after giving birth. Margarita Sheridan was seriously injured after a van crashed into her at 12:15 on December the 21st in Rathkill, County Limerick. The car ploughs into London crowd. Man arrested after car swerves into crowd of pedestrians celebrating New Year. Police were called to the scene at Primrose Hill at about 13 a.m. today after they were told a car had crashed into a pedestrian during a fireworks display. After hitting a pedestrian, police said the driver attempted to speed off and hit another person on Primrose Hill Road. Do you think London is safe? Do you not think I made the right decision not to go up there yesterday? I might have had a sad, boring New Year's Eve, but at least I wasn't run over by a car. In Birmingham, a triple stabbing on New Year's Eve. When do British gas prices go up? Now, I'm a British gas customer. If you're on or choose a variable tariff, your energy prices will increase from the 1st of January 25. They'll be in touch to let us know. So everything's going up. People's wages aren't increasing, nor are benefits. People are struggling to live and cope. The whole world is dangerous. Machete crimes, knife crimes. There's no police doing anything about this. And what the hell is going on? We're not safe on the streets, are we? The public aren't safe on the streets. When is something going to be done about it? It's absolutely pouring with rain outside here in Rochester. The streets, it's raining. I spoke to my mum this morning. She'd left me a message. Obviously, I was worried about. She'd called for help New Year's Eve because her electrics blew. So she phoned up her electricity board, and they got through to her landlord or something, and someone was sent out to fix my mother's electrics. A man. New Year's Eve. It wasn't my electrics. And basically he told her it was her kettle. She had a faulty kettle. So I've said to my mother, I said, when you get a new kettle, if the electrics go, it's not the kettle, is it? Because I had an electrician tell me that years ago, and it wasn't the kettle at all. It was faulty electrics. And my mum is elderly, right? So this is really strange, she had an electrician out who came out to her flat before Christmas because her neighbour got an electrician out to my mother because she had a problem with the kettle, with the electrics. So the electrics were supposedly fixed. And now they've gone wrong again. That's a bit weird, isn't it? So she had someone out to fix them before Christmas and they've gone again. And they went out to my mum's address, not mine. So, and it's me that's been reported to the council, not my mother. My mum had an altercation with one of her workers called Jules, who came out to her property and was supposed to be my mother's support worker. And she shouted at my mother, and this Jules got reported. This woman got reported. Jules being short for Julie. Right? So, I'm getting a load of trolling on TikTok. I am getting people reporting me for things. My mother, this Jules, had my mother's benefits stopped when my dad left my mother money. And my mum is obviously worried, you know, now that the money my dad left is gone, that she's struggling to pay her rent. Fortunately for me, I'm not an elderly lady, because that could drive someone right over the edge, couldn't it? Trying to get someone's benefits stopped and thinking an old lady's going to be out in the cold. So this letter, I'll let you have a look at it again. It's not signed. It's not signed. It's not personal. Somebody's reported me, so they've had to generate this quickly and send it out. And it does say I might lose my benefits if I don't reply to this. May lose my benefits if I don't reply to it. Right? So they're asking for me for my national insurance number, all personal details. It's not signed. Employment, I don't work. So this person in the council is going to have access to all my personal information. Go over the page. What benefits I'm on. Got the word Ben in it. Childcare costs. I don't have a child. It's only me living in here, unless they count the dog. People who live with you, that's what I've been reported for. Apparently someone lives with me. Well, I don't, Mr. and Mrs. Invisible. Do you know, a bogus person in the council get my signature, my national insurance number, and use it against me. All that form is being, I'm going to take photographs of when I filled it in properly. I am angry. I am pissed off. I'm upset. So I was on the phone to my mum. She said Sue's out of hospital, she's fine. The one that was having her eyelashes in a she went in for the day, she had her eyelashes growing into her eye. So it was just done over the day. So I'm glad her neighbour's okay. Talking to my mum this morning. Last night she told me she had a shepherd's pie to eat, which I'm glad she's eating. I don't know what's going on. This morning my mum said she was cold. She says she's okay, she's happy by herself. She'd rung Charlotte and left a message with Charlotte because I haven't got transport, I can't get out anywhere. And kettles, have you seen the price of kettles? You can't get a decent kettle under £20. to talk to my mum tomorrow. I'm going to talk to my mother tomorrow, and if she still hasn't got a kettle, I'll have to get her one. I'll have to send her one. Get a kettle sent out to her. I can't do anything yet, but if she hasn't got a kettle, I'm going to have to send her one. I can't leave my mother without a kettle, can I? My mother. So we had a brief conversation. I've told her what's happened to me. So I don't know what, I haven't got any money. Someone's trying to see if I've got any money. They're probably, you know, I haven't been abroad this year. I haven't been on holiday. I haven't been on holiday in 12 years. I don't own any property at all. This flat is rented. I know I'm being ripped off. And I know there's fraud in it somewhere. So if they want to continue to report me to every place, the fraudster's going to get caught, aren't they? And it's certainly not me. I'm not committing any kind of fraud. Well, that's what's going to happen. The person that is really committing fraud will get caught. Yeah, it's a miserable, wet, rainy day here in Rochester, and I've got to take Max out again later on, cheering myself up with cups of coffee. I went out to the co-op and I was treated like a criminal, but then when I go through diaries, since I've moved into this place, that's what I have been treated like a common or garden criminal. I mean, I know people have to check whether money is counterfeit, but do they really have to make it known to you that's what they're doing? I said to my mum, and she said, "Oh, Janestra, don't worry about that. They might be checking the money in case you've won a prize." In case I've won a prize? My mum said that. I said, "No, Mum, they're checking whether the notes are fake." And I said they were your notes that you gave to me, that they're checking they're not fake. I said, I just had them hot off the press this morning and they've got me. Do you know what I mean? If people spent more time looking for real criminals and real corrupt people instead of messing around and being stupid, you know, a lot more people would be caught. But because they pick on innocent people that I've spent thousands of pounds in that co-op, I think that's very rude to be treated in that manner. They're younger than me as well. I didn't say a word. It made me laugh because me and my ex-husband in Gloucestershire in the 1980s, I think 1988, 89, 1990, we used to go into Woolworths, which is now doesn't exist. And a security guard kept following us. And my husband had just got his wages, he was working, so in those days you used to get like your wage in a brown envelope. It didn't go into a bank account, it went into a little wage packet, a little brown wage packet, and he'd just been paid. And we were basically looking around Woolworths for Christmas presents to each other. And this security guard was following me and my husband around Woolworths, and he was. You know how some security guards fixate on somebody and start following him about? And my husband, it doesn't only happen to me, it happens to other people. My ex-husband got pissed off and he got out 200 quid out of his wage pack and he went, "Is there some reason why you're following me, mate?" He said, "I've got money." And the security guard went the other way. But you know when you're being followed. This has gone on Me separately, if I'm with somebody, they get picked on as well. And to be honest, at the age I am now, it's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. When they can't leave you alone at New Year's Eve and Christmas. Right? They probably get extra money for working on New Year's Day in there. Because you wouldn't accept it otherwise, would you? I don't know how it works now. I once was in the workforce. But, you know, I know some customers are rude and they're impolite and they're nasty, right? But the majority of customers, I mean, I saw an old lady. She was obviously a chatty old lady. It doesn't just happen to me. She was a chatty old lady in the co-op, and she often talks to Kim. And she was trying to be. She went to the self-service checkout, and it went off like you know, unexplained item in the baggage area. Say it was that. So the guy came over and he did not say a word. He just did that to the screen and didn't say a word to this poor old lady. And she went, "Oh, what was that then?" And he didn't want to talk to her. Because when you get older, you're invisible, right? It's just another old person. She just wanted a bit of interaction. I felt sorry for her. The shop assistant was rude. Old ladies don't always smell. Someone's liked my photo. Mr. Fishy liked my photo on TikTok or something. Mr. Fishy. Mr. Fishy. My mum told me she had a bath yesterday as well. So Mr. Fishy liked my TikTok. Hello, Mr. Fishy. Is it Captain Birdseye? Some people have got nothing better to do with their sad, sorry lives. But once you are over 40, right, you know, especially for women, I don't know if other women feel like this. Ooh, you're invisible. Get out my way. I don't want to go near you. You smell. See you later.